Welcome to the Second Chance online show. In this show, it's all about helping women that lost their body or achieving a body that they never had due to usual life struggles such as lack of time, stress, work situation, maybe relationship situation, or bad habits such as overeating or obviously consumption of alcohol. Achieve their goal, but not only achieve their goal, but make sure they obviously not only learn how to change their habits, but maintaining the goal as well. In today's fitness industry, there is a problem, which is too much confusion, and obviously we're being marketed really hard to believe that everything is easy. And obviously, it's totally the opposite. As long as you do the right things for a long period of time consistently and motivated, you will learn the key not only to get results, but to keep results along the way. This show is really about having women finding themselves again, finding that self-confidence, making sure to love themselves again and be a leader for the people they are important for and people around them as well. Now I want to introduce today's guest. She has an amazing story to share with you. I hope you get a lot of takeaways from this story. Welcome, Mercy, to the show today. This episode is about telling you a story of somebody that already not only see visual changes, but also obviously she can feel it. I remember her texting me even and posting the before and after picture even before it was requested, saying that she knows that it's not ready the time yet, but she already lost 5 kilograms and she could actually see it. So she was so motivated to obviously to go on in the program. So welcome, Mercy. And I would like to ask you, what is your biggest takeaway so far and the biggest change ever since you started this program?
The biggest change for me is I have realized that there are small things that I can be doing every day. Because for me, the main problem was I don't have time to go to the gym, or I don't even feel like doing it. But then I realized it's mostly because I didn't know what I was doing there.
Mm-hmm.
I did not really feel motivated to go there because everybody who's there is already looking good. So it was kind of horrible. A few things that I could do at home that made me feel a bit more confident. And the more I started seeing changes, the more now I actually feel like working out more.
Excellent. That's amazing. Why did you feel like, what would you say your mindset changed like? Meaning, I know that, what did you feel before? A sense of frustration on you not being able to complete the task? Or it was really more about maybe confusion? What are the changes that you saw in your current motivation in supposed to 3 weeks ago when you started?
Okay, when I started, for me, I was doing it a bit skeptical because, I've tried a lot of fitness things and nothing works for me. So I got into it thinking, okay, let me see, maybe there's something, maybe there's nothing, but I have nothing to lose. So I started.
Mm-hmm.
But what I liked was more how you explained everything, how you explained the different body types, how you explained the metabolism and all that. Because what my main problem was, I have friends who do diets and then it works for them, and then I do the same thing and it does not work for me.
Of course.
So I never knew why. So now that I came to understand my body, I came to understand what I can do while I'm waiting for that amazing change.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of put a lot of things in perspective for me. So that motivated me. And I can say maybe not the first week, but around the second week, that's when I started getting a bit more motivated.
Amazing. And this is it's all about teaching you really how not to run on motivation, but nor it's running on results, but it's doing imperfect action every day is going to produce a result for you, and then you're going to keep your motivation up. So obviously, it sounds like you already see amazing results, but what I'm trying to make people understand and I want you to share, it doesn't sound like you had to eat too little or like even spend all your time in the gym, right? I mean, you could see results without making your life upside down completely,
yes.
correct?
I was a bit worried about that because I thought, okay, now this thing says I have to be at the gym 3 times a week. I'm not able to do that. But then when with the app, the fitness app and all that, I came to realize that it's not really about how much time I spend in the gym, but what I do. So if I can, what I eat is balanced with what my activity level is, then it's okay. So that's what I started doing. I started the days that I'm not going to the gym, I eat more proteins and veggies, as opposed to the days that I'm going to the gym, because I love carbohydrates. I love
Yeah,
potatoes.
yeah, yeah, of course, of course. Yeah, and it is amazing. I really saw a huge change, and also obviously I want to share this a little bit. Obviously, you've been sharing that you have diabetes, so you are still taking the pills. But as your doctor say, if you go towards this route, you would be able to stop the medication, obviously, because the healthy lifestyle that this gives you, it
Yes,
would be able to make you stick to that, not only to get the goals, but to stick to it, right?
yes, yes. It's actually type 2 diabetes, which was brought about by weight gain. And the weight that the doctor explained to me, the fact that it came too fast also contributed to that.
Mm-hmm.
Until 3 years ago, no, wait, until 2014, I was average weight. My BMI was average. My BMI was 22.
Yeah.
And now something happened. I don't even know what happened. I can't pinpoint exactly where it started,
Mm-hmm.
but somehow the weight just kept coming and coming. And in 3 years, I put on, I think, 25 or 30 kilos, and I just became too much.
Yeah, of course, of
Yeah.
course. I'm really glad that obviously we could give you some structure and obviously making clarity on the right habits that obviously is supposed to be done. And this is all about really sharing, making people understand that as long as we have, the right habits, we don't really need to trade off too much, and this is a process as we've been seeing. So what do you think you were doing, or what were you doing before this, or what would you would say that you would take in order for you to get results without having this structure? What were you doing before in order to get results?
I think, well, before I was trying different diets, I was trying a bit of exercising. I ran half a marathon.
Mm-hmm.
I tried a bit of everything. The
Mm-hmm.
problem was I was going by other people's experience. So what used to happen is I meet somebody and they tell me, oh, I lost 20 kilos, and I'm okay. What did you do? Then I start doing that, and then I get frustrated because it's not working for me. Then I meet somebody else and I start something
Yeah,
else. So I was not following anything, and yeah, so it was a bit annoying.
that's frustrating at
Yes.
the very least. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, good. So what advice would you give yourself, like if you were looking back at this time and compared to now? Obviously the routine is changed. What would you say to yourself, before?
I would say to myself to take it one day at a time, because that's what I did with this program. With this program, I didn't know anybody in the program, so I didn't have anybody to compare notes with, and I
Mhm.
didn't have any expectations. Because I mean, for me, everything failed, so I didn't have any expectations. So, and on top of it, we were starting it just before Christmas, so I knew very well that I'm not going to be able to make it.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let me just start. But then I was surprised because the company parties came and I went and I was able to just stick to the carrots and I started, eat at home before I go. So, I actually was able to do this. And then after Christmas, when I realized, oh my, this actually works during the most eating time. So it
Mhm.
is possible to control what I eat.
Yeah.
And then the other thing I would tell myself is to be rewarding myself, because some of the diets I did were very extreme.
Yeah, of course.
It was ridiculous, because at the end of the day, my body starts craving what it's craving. And
Mhm.
it was really good when you give the talk about the cravings,
Yeah.
because then I realized that, well, I can't stop the cravings, so I just have to control them and
Yeah.
see what's happening. So what I do is, now when I crave a cake,
Mhm.
instead of going to the Mano and buying a cake, I bake a cake. So the time that it takes for me to bake and everything, it is so long that I've even lost interest in eating it. So then
This is amazing. This is just you give me even extra input to get better all the time. That's really good. That's amazing. Why would you feel like that the best is? I mean, like as far as you see, this program has structure. He has an accountability part. He has, the group of support of other women. He has the information. What would you feel that the most useful part, or the motivation maybe? What is the most useful so far for you in these 3 weeks in?
I don't comment too much on Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
but I find that is, I mean, I read it every day, even if I don't comment.
Mm-hmm.
I find that is the most helpful. That has been the most helpful,
Wow.
because what I noticed is other people are struggling with the same thing. And what
Yeah.
was interesting is when I was seeing the weight and the measurements of the other people, some of them are half of the size I am,
Mm-hmm.
but they're also struggling with the same things that I'm
Yeah.
struggling with.
Exactly.
Then it made me realize this is not a me thing, this is just a human being thing.
Yeah. Exactly. Of course. Amazing. Yeah, thank you for sharing. Great. Obviously, we do this show in order to inspire other people and to make and them understand that it's possible for everybody. We're not. For no people, is more difficult than other people as long as you do the right thing. So, what would you suggest, or what advice would you give to people that are on the fence? Maybe they don't know, obviously, if this thing is real, if we really there is work behind it, if we really can help her them. So, what would you say, counting that this core program is going to be worth basically a coffee a day for their health? What would you say in order to motivate them to start?
Well, for one, it saves a lot because, like now, I'm saving a lot of money on coffee because I carry my ginger tea from home. Anyway, I realized that sometimes we complain about something because we think it's expensive, but then, for example, for me, the medication that I'm taking, the my life expectancy reducing because of the diabetes, your health is the most expensive thing that you can take care of.
Exactly.
So it's really worth trying. It's worth giving it a try,
Yeah.
because I mean, what you can lose is the same thing that you would lose. I mean, how many of us have wasted? If you count how much money you wasted on junk food, how much money you wasted on paying for the gym that you never go to, and there are just so many things that we've already tried. So
Mhm.
if you feel like this, that you want to try something new and something different, then yeah, it's worth it.
Giving me goosebumps. That's actually really good. Like it's incredible. Like the takeaways you have in 3 weeks only. This is amazing, and really
Yes.
it shows me that everybody can achieve it as long as you really put some effort into it.
My objective was to, well, because when I started, I was 100 and something my waist, and of course, the waist is the biggest problem, not just for women, but for somebody with diabetes. The waist
Mhm.
has to go down. And my doctor had told me, and we had been discussing my waist, and he said, if your waist can go down to 80, that would already be something really, really good. And every time it went up to 103. So when I started, I was at the lowest my waist has been in a while. So it was at 100 and something. And now I'm in the 90s, and I don't even know how I got to the 90s. It's just one of those things that you when you're not paying attention to it, then it happens. So
Yeah.
it's not about I don't weigh myself unless the only reason I knew my weight that day was because I had gone to the doctor. So he
Hmm.
had weighed me. So I have a weighing machine, but I don't weigh myself because I don't want to concentrate on that. But I like trying on clothes and seeing, okay, this dress was tight last week. This week it's a bit, so that motivates me. So I
Amazing.
don't give myself too much pressure for it. I just go like, okay, as long as I'm doing the right thing,
Yeah.
it might not work, but it's working.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, obviously, to take your time off for this. And I really wanted to, you've been an inspiration totally. And I wanted you to share because I feel like if I can help somebody that is in the similar situation, or maybe even like another situation, some adversities, maybe some with diabetes, and if I can help them, save one life, we did our job. Me and you, we did our job. So it was really a duty for to do that. So thank you so much for taking time off, and obviously I'm looking forward to see your amazing progress in the next 3 weeks. And good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's been amazing having Mercy in the program so far. She's been doing amazing. She's been a real inspiration for everybody around her. She obviously coming from having diabetes as well as losing weight so fast without trading off her life habits, her complete routine, and her time, of course, and not being forced to eat less. It's been amazing to see the changes she could have, and especially as well as the mindset and confidence she gained. Now, if you think this, obviously this story can resonate with you, I would like you to consider obviously jumping on board. We're going to be opening 3 spots which you could have a VIP upgrade for and a 50% discount if you take action obviously right now. So if this resonates with you, I would need you obviously to click below and make sure to start. We're going to be asking you a few questions, and we're going to be telling you obviously what you need to be doing in order to jump on this program. Now, I know what you're thinking. You might be thinking, how is this different than anything else that I see out there? And as our testimonial said, this is the only program that really not only focused on taking you to a goal, but make sure that you build the habits and obviously the mindset to keep and maintain your goal once you achieve it. So you can become a happy person. You can start being confident again. You can love people around you in your relationship as well. Another thing that obviously we get asked all the time is about how much time we need to invest. As our testimonial said, as long as you do 3 or 4 workouts or maybe even less a week and you change your habits a little bit, it doesn't really take longer than 3 to 4 hours a week to start seeing results, and especially to change your life. Lastly, obviously about price, we want to know all the time how much will we have to invest. All I can tell you that the core program starts from a coffee a day. So I really think that you would have a coffee a day that you can trade off for your health. This is obviously the minimum that it would be asked. So if you really feel like this can help you out, just go ahead and click, because this obviously is not going to stay open for so long. We have a lot of applications, so just get to answer a few questions, and you can start change your life like our testimonial did and be happy ever after.